와, 여기 완전히 현실이야, 현실.
Portals in a fountain? Not terribly practical.
It was a secret passage. Henriette and I would use it to...
Hide from your governess, which luckily she noted down in her diary. Thus, I knew where to await you.
어,
Never mind that. Has the young lady agreed to help clean up the mess she's made?
She has. And stop treating me as if I were a child.
어린아이 치고
Would you
되게 싫어.
prefer I treated you like the lying manipulator you are?
어. 자, 일단 둘 다 그만둬.
Calm down, both of you.
But
No buts. Let's go. Really want to be done with this.
어허, 레벨은 계속 오르고 있네. 여기 태시안 문화 아닌가?
Nice place.
Isn't it? Offers a lovely view of the valley. On a clear day, you can see the outlines of Duntine.
야, 투생이긴 한데 이렇게 뱀파이어가 침공하고 나서 되게 이렇게 어둑어둑하게 바꿨네, 분위기를.
Is it, though? A ruin like any other, I think.
So sensitive, so aware. Honestly, what did Detlef ever see in you?
Perhaps he'll tell you himself.
You nervous?
Mm-hmm. It's always a bit nerve-wracking meeting an ex. Especially so when said
농담
ex
따먹기
is a
하자는 거
vampire.
아닌데.
I doubt he'll be in the mood for
Huh?
jests.
I know. May I be honest? Yes, I'm nervous. I really would prefer just to run off. I gave my word I would help, I know. But how much is that worth? Yet I owe him this meeting. And that is that.
Let's get ready. Detlef will be here any moment now.
숨어서 보면 뭐에 이미 다 알고 있을 텐데. 아, 그만큼 긴장된다는 거겠죠? 시아나가. 무슨 이야기를 할까?
Sienna, I have a question I must ask you. Did you truly feign it all? That which bound us was a ruse?
Detlef, it's not that simple.
Oh no, it's very simple. You either deceived me or not. In forgiving you, I grieve. For now, we must part.
뭐야?
What? But how?
뭐죠?
The ribbon.
Ha! Seems I've been fooled again. She will pay for this sooner or later. She will pay. You never should have meddled with her.
뭐야? 그 리본이 뭔가 중요한 의미가 있나 보네. 뭐야, 싸움을 준비하자? 아, 내 제자리에서 싸움을 준비하자는 거구나. 기름도 바르고 막 그러는 거구나. 우선 레지스가 져야 그런 거 아닌가? 아, 근데 얘 디틀라프 되게 별로다. 얘기 들어준다 뭐 그렇게. 초코슬램 와서 그냥 얘 레나 죽이려고. 내가 죽이려고 부른 거 아니야. 이야기 들어볼 생각도 안 하고. 좋아. 들어와. 너는 이미 나한테 한번 처음 맞은 적이 있지? 뭐야? 일단 이래저래 깔고. 그래봤자 넷발에 이길 수 없단다. 넷발과 미식한 스킬을 당연할 수가 없을 거야. 이게 본 모습을 보이시는구만. 이게 본 모습이구만. 아주 더럽게 생겼구만. 어딨어? 턴을 좀 맞아. 워워워워. 뭐야 이거 뭐야? 오케이. 오, 이거 최종 보스전 느낌. 쪽으로 나온다 이거지? 뭐야 저거는? 일로와! 일로! 오세요! 오시고요. 아드? 아, 쿠엔이 나을 수도 있겠다 여기서. 제 한방 좀 아프네. 온다는 거지? 일로? 온다는 거지? 일로 온다는 거지? 지금이 딜 타임이라는 거지, 이 자식아. 쿠엔? 아드가 나을 수도 있어. 오, 쿠엔을 썼는데도 이렇게? 세네. 확실히 세네. 오호! 아씨! 재미라고 칩시다. 자, 피하고요. 부르고요. 빠세 제발. 패턴은 모두 파악했다 이거야. 온다는 거지? 일로 온다는 거. 온다는 거지. 이거 뭐야? 여기 가면 안 되는 거구나. 야, 뭐 어떡하는 거야 이거? 이런 게 있어. 여기 가면 안 된다. 오케이. 오세요. 이 타이밍이 잘못해. 지금 불러서 빠세 3페이지가 또 있나봐요. 뭐야 아닌가? 저런 날개는 금방. 뭐야? 아드? 이게 3페이지인가봐. 이게 더 진짜 본체인가 봐. 자, 봅시다. 코인 한번 쓰고요. 하여튼 난 레전드 위쳐라고. 레전드라고 나는. 아니 아까보다 더 오히려 그게 있네. 하늘을 날질 않으니까 딜 쪽이 더. 이거 뭐야? 왜 없애야 될 것 같은데 이거? 피해요. 아, 이거 없애야 되는 거야. 오케이. 어허? 쉣. 다시 앞으로 굴르고요. 뭐죠? 느낌으로 오는 것이야. 들어와. 이제 안 들어오면 내가 먼저. 잘 가고. 여기 이거 여기 하나 또 있죠? 빠세! 제비 하나 또 씁시다. 안전하게. 너 조져. 됐어요. 이거 속공으로 이렇게 해야 되나? 끝났나? 이 자식아? 끝났어? 네가 마지막이구나. 잘 가라 이 자식아. 어디 고위 뱀파이어 따위가. 아, 조금 처량하기도 하다 어떻게 보면. 근데 너무 괴팍해. 깔끔하게 목을 베는 게 좋을 것 같아. 레지스도 사실 진짜 본 모습은 저런 거라는 거 아니야. 재생하는데? 미안해. 재생은 하지 못하게 그만둬야겠어.
Leave him to me. Be gone.
I can't let.
I insist.
맞아, 고위 뱀파이어는 고위 뱀파이어만 죽일 수 있다고 그랬던 것 같은데? 야, 이거를 재생을 하네? 야, 그래도 레디스는 계속 위쳐의 편을 들어주는 거야. 야, 이 투생에 진짜 큰일이 있었구나. 와. 이렇게 좀 마무리가 돼가는 느낌인데요, 이거? 이번 그 확장팩도? 그리고 위쳐 3의 모든 이야기가.
My, what a smashing ensemble. You wear it well.
Shut up. I look like a twit.
The caftan is sewn of the best fabrics available, and according to the best tailoring practices. But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies in beauty, never in refinement.
Usually wear something different, better suited to my trade. Got nothing against this particular outfit, though. Just don't exactly feel comfortable in it. And I despise
혐오할
formal
수준이야?
occasions.
Nothing one can't get accustomed to. Now, be so kind as to stand still. All that being as it may, Toussaint's highest honor, the order of
아,
Vitis
훈장 받는
Vinifera,
거구나.
demands appropriate
디틀라프
attire.
없앴다고 안나
The
헨리에타가
Duchess cannot be expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places enormous emphasis on form, virtuous tradition, etiquette.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality and misplaced...
이런 부분에서 레디스랑 위쳐랑 좀 맞네.
Sound wistful. Pensive, Regis. That because they refused to buy you a new outfit?
Hardly. It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself pondering, which, believe it or not, happens quite a lot. Besides, I've no need for a new outfit as I shall not be attending the ceremony.
Why not?
왜?
Because unlike you, I don't have to. I shall begin to pack my belongings instead. I trust you'll join me later, once you're richer by a medal and a fascinating new experience.
Count on it. Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues. Just keeps coming
게롤트
up.
엄청 불편해 보이네.
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle that never seemed to fit.
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory, after all we've revealed?
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercising pure logic. Siana planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely
그가
there would have been a
누굴까?
fifth victim.
연민이 없는
One the
기사?
gossips would have associated with a lack of compassion.
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them.
궁금은
Ask
한데
the
근데.
messenger who delivered my invitation to the
시아나는 궁 안에
ceremony.
있고요.
Siana's in the palace. Courtiers pressured the Duchess to lock her in a tower.
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could still chat with that boot-cleaning urchin. He was the one to pass the victims' names to Detlef. Perhaps we missed something.
그치, 시아나는 그 나머지 한 명을 또 끝까지 죽이려고 했겠지. 시아나가 남아있기. 아, 이거는 한번 해보자.
All in all, why not check up on that? We'll go together, assuming we're done here.
I am done, yes. It lies in your hands now to see if you are able to present my handiwork at the ceremony with the dignity it is due. Or if you will first destroy it, crawling about the city's underbelly.
Promise to be careful.
It's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffing? Dirty
꼬맹이
boots
자식.
are a stain on professional dignity, you know. Step on up.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again? Go on then. I'm a
언론의
proponent of free
자유.
speech and I will gladly tell you all I know.
어디서 또 주워 들은 거
Why
있어가지고
not
또.
get your boots shanked while we jabber?
Guess they could use a spit and polish.
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that wear them.
야,
Clean
이거
boots,
힘으로
clean
어떻게?
soles. A fine slogan.
How's business?
Well enough. I can't complain. Though it'd be even better were certain folk to sit down for a shine as they stood and chatted.
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letters, remember?
Why, of course. I'm young, got a mind like a steel trap, but
If you're about to tell me this information will cost me, forget it. How'd you get those letters?
beggars brought them.
거지들이?
Why didn't you tell us this before, when we first talked?
You didn't ask about beggars
아,
now,
그러네.
did you?
논리가 아주 명확해.
Beggars. Tell us more about them. How many were there?
Why, 4. One for
Oh.
each letter.
Just 4? Sure you didn't get a 5th?
I can't count, you know.
오, 애초에 네
Remember
명만
anything else?
죽이는 게
These beggars have anything in common?
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others had no boots at all. Oh, I know! They all had no home!
Kid, my patience is starting to run a little thin. Now think hard. Where'd they get the letters? They pick them up? Get them from someone?
I don't know. They'd come, hand me a letter, and walk away. I asked no questions.
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be glad to mix another batch of that bootshine for you. But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where
역시
can we
애
find
다루는
the
건
letters?
레지 한 수이지.
Well, at the shelter most like.
Where's that?
Everyone knows. It's just round the corner. Up those stairs, then right.
바로 앞이네.
Thanks, kid. For your trouble. We must visit the shelter. Look around inside.
아니 히틀라프도
You've
없앴고.
to move your little camp elsewhere, got it? This is a
여긴가?
decent district. We need no filth. You, what do you want?
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use other means of persuasion now.
Gentlemen, calm, please.
Either get out along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out. Our patience is gone. This place is no longer a rank refuse dump.
Scram! Decent folk live here.
The shelter. Them living
보호소잖아.
here bothers you. Question is why.
Look, Ballard. Another defender of the poor. Fighter for justice.
Damn nuisance. We've our women and young folk living next door. When even grown men fear to walk past such rabble.
Decent folk you mention. Mean yourselves.
Why? Do you doubt it?
품위는
Hell
없어 보이는데.
yes.
Hear that, Artois? He poking insults us. On our own turf.
한판 뜨자는 거잖아
We
이거
should
그렇죠?
step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute on his own.
끝난 게 아니었어. 뭐가 되게 있네. 안 돼. 그리고 되게 그래 이거 저거다. 아까 전에 그 브금도 그렇고 두구두구두구 하는 그것도 이거 뭔가 툼레이더 느낌의 브금이야 이거. 툼레이더가 더 나중에 나왔지만요. 그 섀도우 오브 그런 거는. 자 하나 잘 가고. 오케이.
All right. I can take a hint. Come, time to go.
I thank you so much for your aid. I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat me blue had you not come along. I'm grateful. Immensely.
What did they want from you?
They are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk, the shelter, elsewhere. They dislike that I help the beggars. I do not oppose going elsewhere were we to have somewhere to go.
이거
But
무슨
you've come
다섯
with a
번째 기사 찾는데 이거
problem,
뭐 이게 오래 걸려.
I turn to aid you.
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the boot black in Rue de Garl.
The boot black. If I say
활기찬
that,
친구.
I know him.
꼬맹이.
Any of your wards supposed to meet him recently or soon?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all soon come for their meal. You can question them yourselves.
Thanks. We'll wait. Nice of you to let us.
부가 선택지는 안 골라도 될 것 같아요. 사실 뭐 이 다섯 번 이렇게까지 막 엄청 궁금하고 그런 건 아닌데.
My dears, I've a matter to address before I serve the soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold, and we wouldn't want that, would we?
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the bootblack. I know this.
Does anyone know what the
죽은 거
gentleman
아니야?
means? Go on, speak up. Romain?
그 배달통?
Why should I squeal? We were all told not to mention the letters. We all swore.
You can tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you
일단은
delivered
편지를
it.
받아 전달했다는 사실은 알게 됐죠. 일단
Good work, Romain. Thank you. Who else?
I got one too. Gave it to the bootblack.
오케이.
He got one. But
프레시
he
일단
can't
3명.
tell you, as he's not here.
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the feast of St. Barnabas.
누구야?
It's a matter of importance to the duchy. Hand it over, or I'll take it from you, plain and simple.
But I was to deliver it personally. Let no one else see it. That is what she said.
시아나?
And she was
근데 시아나는
right.
이미 뭐
You
갇혔으니까.
ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you, you need not keep the promise you made.
All right, take it. I didn't want to see the bootblack anyways. It's always muddy.
누굴까? 그 연민을 저버린 기사는 누굴까? 아 설마?
Damn it.
안나 헨리에타?
Another name?
이 느낌이 딱 그런데 이거?
See for yourself.
왜냐면 연민은 자기 자매의 그거잖아.
I must say, even I didn't
자매끼리의
expect this.
그 연민.
This time you must see to our Duchessa.
내 이럴 줄
It
알았어.
seems we underestimated Siana rather grossly.
Judging by this, Detloff was literally supposed to tear her heart
근데
out.
그러면은
Yet first you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
근데 지금 실행할 사람이 없잖아.
Puzzle complete now.
Alas, the matter ceased to be a tantalizing brain tease and has turned incredibly grave. We've proof of a plot to assassinate Toussaint's ruler. We've proof of a coup d'etat.
Duchess was to be Detloff's last victim.
아 시아나는 이 반란을 일으키려고 했던 거네. 아예 큰 스케일이 큰 거네.
The logical conclusion, Geralt.
아 그러면
4 seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about a righteous, vengeful beast. Obscured the victims' links to Siana, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one, leaving the Duchess for last.
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henrietta had died for her sins. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions.
맞아
Ample
연민이
proof of
없다는
a lack
거죠.
of compassion.
무정한
Why
느낌이
would
있어.
Siana murder her own sister? Out of envy? To take power?
아니지 이 공국을 자기가 먹으려고 하는 거 아니야?
Yes, yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain, you could always ask her yourself.
Actually,
나
love
너무
to learn her
궁금해.
motives.
갑자기 너무 궁금해졌어.
I suppose.
이 5번째 희생자가
Sometimes one should
안나
stare evil in
헨리에타라는
the face.
거 아는 순간부터 갑자기
Seems a
궁금해졌어요.
bit strong, no?
She used my friend as her tool for killing. I believe I've every right to condemn her, but I support your lust for the truth. Some philosophers think empirical examination the sole path to knowledge. I believe you mentioned the
이
Duchess
레지스는
keeps Siana
기본적으로 좀
locked up.
철학자가 아닌가
Courtiers were
보네. 진짜로.
insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henrietta had to protect her sister from a lynch mob as much as she wanted to protect her subjects from a criminal. One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting trial before a court of law. I'd need to get past some guards to see her. Coming with?
Of course not. I shall await you at Mare la Chaise-Longue. I'll not risk entering the palace after Detloff and his minions rampage. Besides, I vastly prefer the company of a simple mug of mandrake brew to that of the
그래
Duchess'
그래 그래.
well sister.
그렇게 해.
So, said straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you hate Siana.
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind, but I admit I could not vouch for my behavior in her presence. She treated Dettlaff cruelly, caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that? No, Geralt. I will not go with you. I will await you.
그래, 따지고 보면 시아나가 디틀라프를 죽인 거야. 이 한낱 여인이.
If you want jug
400이나
of
되네.
wine and my friend, drink the jug of wine and...
아, 여기네. 그 디틀라프를 죽음으로 몰고 간 거죠. 이 시아나라는. 어쩌면 악녀라고 봐야 될 수도 있어요. 악녀. 뭐지? 아, 데미안? 봅시다. 아, 화상이나 출혈 같은 거는 쿠엔을 통해서 없앨 수가 있구나. 또 놀랍네 이거. 여기에 시아나가 있다고? 이렇게 간단하게 만날 수가 있나? 아, 위네 또? 어?
Halt!
Need to see Sienna urgently.
In the matter of?
Need to interrogate her. New facts have come to light. Need them explained. Seems she was planning your Duquesse's assassination.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've my permission, but only
오,
for a
허가
few
그
minutes.
권리가 있어?
Promise to be brief.
The witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a moment.
근데
to
여기서
reflect.
만약에 시아나가 나는 5번째 그런 편지를 보낸 적이 없어. 난 4명만 보냈어. 이러면 진짜 레전드인데?
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorias' ribbon worked wonders. It's a shame they took it from me.
I know who the 5th victim was supposed to be.
Goodness, you're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison. Dettlaff is dead. Could you not just drop it?
Sienna, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it's really starting
이제
to
정말
wear.
티 난다고.
Why do you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished
궁극을 자기가 먹겠다는 거지.
investigator to ask
이거는
about the
딱 봐도.
obvious. Come now, Geralt. Why do you think?
Because she turned her back on you, then banished all memory of you?
Bravo, Geralt. Yet another riddle solved, and your
아, 그냥
curiosity
이게 다야
sated.
진짜로? 이것 때문에? 와, 씨.
Well, what now? Off to share your discovery with Anna Henrietta? Oh, she's no longer in danger, true. But she very well might add a little something to your reward.
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily for the coin, though.
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only cause you'll probably
그렇지.
try to kill her
풀려나면은
again if she ever
또
lets you out.
이런 짓거리를 벌일 거다.
I
근데
probably
이렇게
will.
된다면은 시아나의 목숨이 위험해지겠죠? 해피엔딩을 한번 가볼까?
Perhaps, just for a second, you could stop dwelling on all the wrongs folk have done you and forgive her.
Why should I?
For old time's sake. You loved each other once.
Please. I don't know who fed you that rubbish,
좀
but
돌이킬 수 없는
Read
강을
your
건넜나
governess's
봐.
diary. You played together, were inseparable. Henriette'd get you into trouble sometimes, sure. But there were also times she stood up for you. When you had nightmares, only she could calm you. Time eats away at memories, distorts them. Sometimes we only remember the good. Sometimes only the bad.
If she loved me so, why did she wash her hands off me? Forget me.
직접 물어봐.
Don't know. But you could just ask her instead of sending monsters after her.
그렇지.
There's nothing she could say to change what she did to me, to justify it.
Maybe. But there's nothing out there to
그래.
justify what
아니
you
난
did to
동생이
her.
뭘
and
그렇게
all too
잘못했는지
sad.
모르겠어. 안나
Yet
했다가.
Anna Henrietta hasn't given up on you.
그러니까 물론 잘못은 했을 수는 있다고 쳐도 이렇게 죽일
You meant what you
괴물
said
풀어서
in the
동생을
land of
죽일
a thousand
정도까지
fables.
이렇게
You
해야
really
되는지
want a
난
happy
모르겠습니다.
ending to this story, don't you? Ah, with all of us living happily ever after. Go, Witcher, or they'll give your medal to another, and that would be a shame.
Farewell, Sienna.
뭐 정 그렇게 뭐
Commander de la Tour would like to see
바로
you.
갈게요.
Shall we go at once?
갑시다.
Let's go. Want to see him too. Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the ceremony?
이 얼굴에 이 발톱 상처는 서서히 아물고 있네. 왜 상태가 왜 좋아 보이지 않아?
Your face doesn't look good.
아물고 있는 거 아니야?
Though it looked even worse last I saw you.
I apply a balm of arnica. Yeah, I hardly feel it anymore.
뭐 마제카스보다 더 좋나 보네. 자, 시작합시다.
All right, we can start.
Very well. But you must behave. Less like a hired thug, and more like a man deserving of the duchy's highest honor.
그래, 네 말은 들어줄게. 우린 이미 친구잖아.
In fact, you'd do best to maintain a dignified silence throughout.
입 다물고 있는 편? 오케이.
Let's begin the ceremony. Come with me. The Duchess awaits.
걷는 거 엄청 어색해 보인다.
In the guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness.
꼭 찬란하시는 그렇게.
Your grace,
시네.
Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My
왔나?
dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Tucson's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of the beast of Beauclair, step forth.
야, 투생에서는 뭐 최고 가문이구만. 이 정도면.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire. May this symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair. In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you.
그렇지.
After all, it was but a
이미
contract.
많은 보상을 받았어요. 크로빈 비아스도 농장도
I have a
받았고.
small surprise for you. In addition, I give you more than a dozen barrels of Sonreal, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table.
감사합니다. 케어
The
모임 가서
gustatory
마실게요.
experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
Feels like a second distinction.
좋지는
I'm honored.
모르겠다.
Thank you.
I trust you shall make good use of it. In a moment I shall speak to Siana. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet you also showed me her horrendous deeds. As head of state, I must judge her
도와주지
fairly.
않을게요. 선택지가
But
있다면
she is my sister.
이건 둘이서 해결해야지 이제는.
Thus my heart
나는 모든 걸
bleeds
했어.
for her.
If my presence will help in any manner,
선택지가 없네요.
of course I'll
그럼
stay.
뭐.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair.
오, 실비아
Captain de la
안나구나.
Show Sylvia Anna in.
뭐 수갑도 안 채우고. 어?
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
왜 왼손은 뒤에 가렸지?
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister. And my heart does not allow me to treat you as a
공과 사를
common
구별을
criminal.
못한다는 거죠, 이거는.
Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me. As one in parish,
아,
I
이거 다
shall
나한테
now
미루는 거
hear what he
아니야.
has to say.
난 시아나를 한번 봐주겠어. 그래서 시아나가 또 나쁜 짓을 저지른다고 해도
She had cause to resent many of the court of Beauclair. I know her reasons, understand them even. But I can't condone the actions she chose to take.
What is he talking about, Siana?
You know exactly what. I was forcibly exiled, remember? To your benefit. You knew well the throne would then be yours, though I was the elder. The ministers I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child. Thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents. I'd always sensed the problem. They simply feared me, for I dared to be free. That fabricated curse, it fell into their laps. A gift from above that brought relief. But you... Your dagger hurt most. You were my Henrietta, damn it. My darling little sister. Now do you understand, Witcher? She betrayed
솔직히
me.
뭘 배신했다고 하는지 잘 모르겠어.
You were children then. You and your sister both had no control over what happened.
You're wrong, Witcher. She had control.
아니 국에서
Remember,
출방했던 날에
dear
뭐
sister,
동생이
the day they
출방하라고 뭐
banished me from
주도를
the
한 것도
palace.
아니고.
Of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian envoy with fish bladders, which we filled
어릴
with
때 무슨
rancid
힘이
suet on a
있다고.
lark, and which you set afire at the last to impress me, I imagine. And I admit, you did. Hit him right in his hideous bald patch. Never laughed so hard in my life. But when it came time to find the culprit, you said not a word. I took all the blame and all the punishment.
It's true. I did not stand up for you.
아,
I was too afraid.
이렇게 짜잘짜잘하게 뒤로 물러서는 타입이었네.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace, supposed acts of cruelty, inappropriate friendships.
They cast me out. But you, the only one to understand me, you cowered in a corner, lifted not a finger to help. Not before, not after. You never tried to find me.
That's not true. I searched for you, sent out knights, gathered tidings from without. You did not wish to be found. Since the day you vanished, I have lived with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister. Can you forgive me?
이미 강을 건넜나봐요. 너무 빡쳤어 지금. 저거 봐, 저거 봐. 옆에. 너무 갑자기 용서해준 느낌이 있는데? 너무 갑자기? 뭐 어쨌든 뭐
All in all,
해피엔딩이죠.
best part of the whole ceremony, it was short.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. The drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Oh, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good in small sips. How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany?
어딜 가? 지금 어딜?
You decide to go root
뿌리
picking
채집하러?
now? It's dark out.
Geralt, even were I generously to assume it had simply slipped your mind that I'm a vampire and thus need no light to see, I'd never believe you had also forgotten that you likewise have absolutely
아니 지금
no
어두운 게
trouble
문제가
seeing in
아니라
the
이
dark.
밤에 무슨
So, shall we?
갈 수밖에 없지 뭐.
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic.
아니
Even to
뿌리를
a witcher.
채집하러 가야 된다고 갑자기?
Not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
아니 뭐야 이건 또 갑자기?
This moonlight.
아니 왜 갑자기? 아니 뭐지? 왜 그래? 일단은 뭐 하라니까 해봅시다. 자동적으로 갈아 껴지는구나. 장갑도 껴야죠?
Oh, so dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was.
나이스. 뭐가 안 끝났나봐. 지금 이게 나이스.
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a
어디 간 거야?
vampire after all.
Regis!
Damn it, where'd you go?
뭐야 또 무슨 일이 터진 거 아니야 지금? 뭐야?
What I have to do!
뭐야?
Those Bruxay, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you
아,
might call it
레지스는 이미
trivial.
뱀파이어들 사이에서 배신자라고
Either one
낙인찍힌
is with
건가?
us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or
Won't let it go, will they?
they will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly
그래요,
long
그래요.
time, most like.
나도 투생 떠날 거야. 나도 빨리
Yeah,
케어모네로
I get
돌아가야지.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink.
하위 뱀파이어들이 감히 개념 없이
Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning, then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home.
그래요. 맨드레이크 술?
Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
아니지. 난
No,
위쳐니까.
just not the life for me. Sure, might stop
오,
by
이거
there
지금
occasionally.
되게 엔딩
stay
느낌
the
나는데
winter,
지금?
fill up on wine.
구도가? 너무
But
예쁜
I'd rather
구도인데?
keep moving. It's not a choice being a witcher. And once you are one, you're one for life. You can't just step off the path.
그치. 게롤트 솔직히
Besides,
한창
plenty
나이인데.
of work left for me in the world. Ghouls aren't gonna kill themselves.
Rather droll, isn't it, that each time we meet, something harrowing must happen? I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though. What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence. I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain
리프가 되는 현대사이구나.
incognito.
Interesting point of view. I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.
아, 여운이 상당하네. 위쳐. 이렇게 해서 위쳐 3도 모든 확장팩까지 모두 마무리 되었습니다. 조금 이렇게 여러가지 잡다한 거 하다가 갓 오브 워 라그나로크랑 포켓몬스터 스칼렛 바이올렛으로 이어서 해야겠네요. 위쳐 여기서 마무리 짓도록 하겠습니다.